Okay. I don't know what date this is. Is it
25th?
It's 25th. Okay. So Ryan, just talk to me a little bit about the concept behind the piece and how it came together to be.
So we wanted to kind of use a bit more physical theatre and whatnot in this performance. So we thought we would kind of represent like someone's life story and whatnot. And Tom came up with the idea to kind of have like a flashback thing where we would go through someone's life and tell it through that. And then we made up a storyline, obviously, where these two people meet in a bar, fall in love. One of them gets sent away to war, the male, Vietnam War to be specific. After that, he comes back, isn't the same, suffers from it. Then after that, the wife can't really take it, takes it, can't really take it, and goes for the husband's war friend who did take it well, and then they come back together at the end, and then kind of in a loop, because we start at the end where the couple listen to a song which reminds them of the first time they met, and then that's where it ends.
Okay. So what have you contributed so far, Ryan, in terms of ideas that you've offered to the piece?
I have thought of the structure so far, and I've thought a few of the scenes and the way they're set.
Okay, which scenes have you thought of?
Sorry, I've got my book here.
You've got your notes, jolly good.
I thought of the drafted, because we went to the war and then we had to kind of think of what happened. So I thought of the drafted scene where he has to sit down, listens to the radio, realises he's being sent to war, goes.
Okay.
I think the driving scene. Who's the driving scene?
That was like a bit of a joint idea between like everyone kind of.
Yeah,
we kind of like wasn't sure. It was on like a second day type thing, and then just like driving.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Fallout one where it's kind of now been put into play was my idea, was where we do a time lapse of where the person who comes back from war, Tom, the character, not the character Tom, the former Tom, sits still in a fixed position apart from sips the beer, and it kind of shows like a time lapse in the respect that there's parties, friends around, they go, and then separate occasions like keep on coming about, and shows like the times changing.
Okay. Excellent.
And that happened.
So can you give me an example of a moment when you've supported or helped somebody else in the group to realise the piece, or a part of a piece where you've instructed them or guided them?
Well, for this exact scene, the one with the time lapse, the argument, the one with the I knew that they would have an argument and whatnot, so I've been helping with the dialogue where they kind of come to realise that they're in trouble, in the respect that they're running out of money, and they need to go do something. So this is where they have the argument and shouts, and then that's the reason of their splitting, or betrayal.
Okay, good. And can you give me an example when you've received feedback from myself or someone else in the group, and what you then did to improve it? Yeah.
The other teacher Tom said that the apple picking scene was a bit drafty and not really didn't make sense if it made sense, because we didn't really show that they were in love. So in response to that, I thought, that maybe before they have the whole apple picking thing where Liana goes up and gets the apple, they would sit down, have a talk, set a backstory to it, how they got there, so it made a bit more sense and put it in context.
Okay, good. Holly, can you think of an idea that you've contributed so far?
I haven't really contributed much because I don't think that I have good enough ideas.
Okay.
I've been listening to a lot of what Ryan's been saying, and I do agree with a lot of it.
Okay. Can you think of an idea now that might be added to one of the scenes? Can you think of an idea?
I feel like when Tom and Liana have their fight, there should be a dramatic moment where one of them maybe abusive to each other.
Is abusive?
Yeah.
We could do that.
Okay. In what sense? Can you give an example of what might happen in terms
Like
of that?
Tom might freak out and then have like a memory from what happened in the war and then just hit Liana.
Okay.
That could happen.
Okay. What about sort of moments when you've been given some feedback and you've improved on it? Can you think of a moment perhaps when you were doing the dance or something?
Yeah, with Casey, there's this. What is it?
Is it the bit where we like?
You do the dip.
Oh,
You
the
have to-
dip.
I
Yeah.
couldn't trust that, and like he helped me, and I can kind of do it now. But I still like hop, so we do like.
It's like you know, like the dirty dancing bit, like they swoop.
Yeah.
It's that.
I could. It was really hard for me to like be able to.
So
do it.
you so did anybody give you feedback? Did Casey give you
Well,
feedback? or
Casey
did
just like.
Katie give you feedback?
Casey helped me. He was just like, trust me, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
And then put trust, and it's okay. Kind
Okay.
of.
And did you manage to improve it?
Yeah.
You did. Okay.
Need to go through it a couple more times, but yeah.
Okay. Cool. So same thing for you, Casey. Some specific ideas that you've contributed.
It was my idea to like do the war and have him like sent off, and he comes back with like PTSD and other
Mm-hmm.
like not he doesn't come back like the same person, and it puts a strain on the relationship. And that was kind of like the big idea that I gave.
Okay.
It's just been like helping with dialogue and developing scenes.
Okay. Give me an idea of. Give me an example of when you offered another idea on the dialogue.
Just now, actually, we was just discussing. There's an argument between Tom and Liana, and it's how they're gonna say it, and like how it builds up and escalates, and how like to do it justice without like making just skimmed over.
Mm-hmm.
So you said about like the things you're going to say, like the kids, and then you're going to say about.
Oh yeah, like the child soldiers that they used, and, like that's gonna be like right at the end, like a big point, so it hits hard.
So your idea is what?
Leaving like quite a high point, like quite escalated, quite
Okay.
like a deep, thoughtful moment.
Okay. And why? Why's that? What key factors? Why do you want to leave the audience like that? What's the factors?
Because it kind of shows the insight of Tom and like the mindset of the character and what he's going through at that moment.
Mm-hmm. Can you give me an example of when you were given directional feedback by myself or by Tom Haig or by somebody else, and you took that on board and you adapted it
when
and made a positive contribution?
when we was dancing, we had to do like a step and a kick,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just kind of like kicking. And I
Mhm.
didn't realise we had to do like a step, put our foot down, then hop, then kick. And I was told by I want to say Casey, or was it? Oh, Ryan. I was told by Ryan then. And he showed me how to do it, and I improved upon it and got it right.
Okay, cool. Any other examples of when you responded effectively to feedback?
In the drive-through scene, because
Yeah.
it's like a day and everything, we had to like kind of like show that we was in love and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
We all kind of had like a bland face. This was like all of us,
Mm-hmm.
because like we was just finding through it and still developing it as well.
Okay,
And so it's more like lovey-dovey type thing.
okay. Max, ideas that you've contributed.
At the start, with when me and Ryan first jump out to the sides of the chairs of Liana and Tom,
Mm-hmm.
I decided that it would be better if we swapped over, so then it would flow easier with the bar scene, because I was originally with Molly as a couple, but
Mm-hmm.
because of each side and how we would flow into the next scene, it was better with Ryan and Molly together. So,
Okay.
yeah, and
Other times you've contributed ideas?
on the scene what we're working on now with Tom and all of the other people getting back from the war, well, Vietnam, I decided to, when I leave from their house, I would come back because I've got my jacket, so then it would show that Liana definitely has feelings for me, and so the audience can definitely see when I
Okay.
come back in.
Okay. Have you got an idea perhaps that you've in your head that you could add to it now? Have a little think as we go around. If you've got another idea, guys, that you'd like to contribute and you'd like to
Not
Sort
too
of-
sure on any other ideas. I'm mostly focused on this scene that we're working on now with the dialogue and everything.
Okay, Molly. Some ideas you put across.
I don't know, same as Holly, I couldn't really think of any ideas to put into the performance, but I helped out with some of the physical field stuff, like the chair duets, and some of the...
Did you help out, or did you lead, or did you follow?
I didn't lead, I just helped out.
Okay.
Yeah, she did put a few ideas across at the beginning of where the person built up, and then inside that was your idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, just explain that for us, Molly.
do you mean?
What you sort of said, how you directed that little bit, or said, or contributed.
I just put some, because we were just thinking of other movements, and I just put an idea across to just have them put one hand on the leg.
Okay. Okay. Any other ideas you've put across?
That's it,
Now, have you had any ideas working here in the group this afternoon
yeah.
to add?
I helped out with like a tiny bit of the dialogue for the split sequence.
Okay. Can you give me an example of when you were given feedback and you responded to that, and can you give me an example of that?
There's one bit in the dance bit where I have to get lifted up like that.
Okay.
And at first I was a bit nervous about it, but then I kind of...
Okay. Did you get any direction from anybody, say Katie, or I think Katie was doing quite a lot of direction,
yeah,
wasn't
Katie
she?
was doing a lot of the dancing direction.
And can you give me an example of something she gave you and then you went back and adjusted it? Must be quite a few examples, because there was quite a bit of that going on, wasn't there?
That whole pre-jump thing.
Yeah, the pre-jump thing. Like before you jump to get lifted, you have to do a pre-jump.
Okay, cool. Right, let me just stop that.